think, well, greed is just probably the best spell, so it's totally fine for everybody to pick it. I'm very curious, but I think in terms of standing, Aviata and SSP should not be the favorites, but for me they still are the favorites here.
Yeah, I think so too. They have managed to win a Nova Cup so far. They had pretty good performance, but usually it's more about Aviator to carry those games, right? So we will have to focus a bit on how he's performing, and SSP is probably going to be more of the enabler. So let's see if it's the same in this game.
Yeah, exactly.
While we're at it, what are you thinking about the selections we have in Legion spells? So we have pretty scaling ones with Investment, Hero, and Titan. I think Titan is probably the least scaling one, but Investment and Hero especially are. Do we see any good synergies, maybe apart from the Gates of Shay with Hero?
What are you thinking?
King's a bit shy, guys, don't worry. He'll warm up soon, I hope.
Hey, Bonny, can you please start your Discord stream? So I can cast without delay.
Ah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm back. My PC just crashed.
Don't worry. So we see we're all professionals here. Kingdanzz actually the one that earned a lot of money with LTD2 but still can't afford good internet.
No, it was my PC crashing, not him.
Okay.
So you cannot afford a good PC.
We have the double snails coming on X-Field, and I think this is a huge in-play, right? You do see the Aqua on wave 1 already. There's no reason to get the double snail here, unless you get it in income time. That was not what I was seeing. So maybe he got it in income, and I just didn't realize it.
Yeah, but then he should send a Dragon Turtle, or?
I think it doesn't matter. Against Fire Elemental on 2, you can just send whatever. Just take the income and run.
So if the guy does not build this, or at least it was before some months ago, it leaked kinda heavy.
That was yeah, probably. But I think double snail is okay meanwhile as well, because snails got buffed afterwards. I think after the Dragon Turtle you mentioned. So you have the possibility to just impact with a snail as well.
I'll test it.
Great, so we will have first-hand examples. We have everybody on 6 workers now. Who do you think King is gonna have the best early game to get the worker lead, and maybe this way push a bit harder into the mid game and late game? That's gonna be very important.
I think it's gonna be Shea, because he has Nightmare Butcher and Oathbreaker. The combo is just insane.
Yeah, true. So do you think he's actually going for the Butcher on 5, or is something like double Oathbreaker just particularly better because you can push harder that way?
I feel like you can push harder with Butcher because it's good on 6 and all the coming waves, while Oathbreakers kinda suck other than on wave 5.
And Widderson, is the Gate then a good combination unit, because usually you want to protect your Nightmare a bit more in such a combo, but does the Gate somehow fit?
It can. Sorry, I was not here. I don't exactly know right now.
So do you think a Gate can fit into the Butcher Nightmare combo?
Yeah, but you can't do too many. If you're having a good early and mid game, you can get maybe one Gate in, maybe 2.
Damn, that's a rough one. I mean, I was anyway surprised by Aviator.
Short note: if you send snails on wave 2 against the red Aqua, with no tier 1 you leak 1 snail and 1 creep, and with the Dragon Turtle you leak the Dragon Turtle and 6 creeps.
Oh, thanks a lot. Good test. Why do you think Aviator was going for this placement? Because usually when I play Gate Guard, I place the cat same row, just where the Pilgrim is now, to let both of those units split tank. Is there any reason to have this cat in tanking position? Because I personally don't see it right now.
I have
No.
no clue.
And now it's also tanking, and the Pilgrim won't tank at all.
Yeah, the Pilgrim won't tank. I mean, he's maybe gonna tank parts of the split, but since atoms do not have that long of a range, Pilgrim might just not tank anything. So it's not as valuable as it could be in this spot. But since is he gonna buff the cat with it, or I mean, he does have the Yasora, right? So I think Aviator wants to get the Chieftain buff on the Yasora.
Yeah, but he still has to place the Yasora, so I don't know. Could place the Yasora still in front of the
You can still
other
place
units.
it here or directly in front, that's true.
Yeah.
But apart from this, I feel like this is a very strange play by Aviator. He's just now falling off in workers. He didn't really push after wave 3, I think it was, where he pushed to 6 workers. And now he does just have this non-tanking Pilgrim. He won't even tank the split. And there was a huge leak on wave 4 as well, due to the Dino just being too resistant. Oh, and now a SSP now leaking huge, actually. This is really rough.
Can you please show the build from SSP?
Yeah. King, I think you have to now switch to your stream, otherwise my internet might kill.
I am not in game anymore as well, I always have to watch yours.
Ah, great.
I can't get back in.
Wait, can't you go with the spectate command?
I don't have that.
Oh.
I can do it.
Yeah, then you do it, please. So guys, relax. All the issues with FPS drops might be fixed in a second, I hope. Apart from that, watch the slideshow. I mean, we do not have a lot of stuff going on anyways. We have bigger leagues on Aviator from now, and sometimes on SSP as well, but apart from that, we have pretty vanilla Legion early game, with a lot of Aquas apparently being played. So we have a natural weak wave on wave 8 to come next. So we have huge sense now. Basti, do you think it's gonna be at 8 as well, or are they actually gonna save a bit longer? Maybe 9, as we can see the builds here. 9 might be a good option as well.
I would send on 8 against Aviator.
No.
And I think you could also send against 8 on 8 against SSP.
Mhm.
Yeah, in the other sense. Oh, stream beendet.
Yeah, you can watch with us. I kind of agree. 8 seems to be really good against Aviator, but now he's going for the Chieftain, which is perfect for him because it's going to protect him on 8 with the Arcane Armor. He's going to have quite some damage on wave 9 with it as well. So he will only struggle a bit on wave 10, where he does not really have any units so far. So I think this is going to be a little bit of a problem for him, unless he's overbuilding from now on.
I can't connect. Is it limited to 4 spectators?
Usually it should not be.
I guess it's just Bonny casting then, that's also fine.
We get this done.
Slide
So-
back.
So we move down from 4 casters to 1.
Well, then it's a little bit of a slideshow. Sorry about that. But since King is not able to use a computer normally, and Widderson's not able to connect, we gotta go this way.
It looks like there are a lot of holes.
Yeah, there's actually nothing really happening right there. We have around equal workers on everybody around the equal value. We might have a little bit of an opportunity for Xcod right now because he was able to get out his bunk and now shifting 100 plus gold. So I think his goal is going to be to get the Haven on 10. And with Ascend he should be able to get that. And that way he is going to be alright on wave 10, and especially is going to have a huge spike on the following waves, 11 and 12.
Meshia and XV, they just aim for 12 because Aviator looks really bad on 12 and SSP looks really bad on 12 at the moment too, because
he doesn't show the gates yet.
The boars. Yeah, he didn't show the gates yet. Yeah. Out of the boar.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't show the boar, but he should have enough damage if he is gonna place the boar. So I think overall there's gonna be the opportunity for SSP to hold, but SSP looking really weak on wave 13. Aviator, as you mentioned, not looking any good on 12. While actually Xcod is having a very nice late game scaling, right? He does have Halo Steed. There's some scaling spells with investment and hero. He probably is gonna choose the investment on his lane. I think they're a bit favored right there. Just
Shia's roar is also like insane with hero.
Yeah, exactly. The hero gates with Butcher are gonna be quite nice. He probably won't be able to use Doppelganger too much later on, but for now in the mid game it's very valuable.
There, Xcod? Is he missing some gold for it? No.
He was selling the Proton because he doesn't want the split to the boss to go to the left side.
He used the so-called Canadian pawn shop.
The Canadian pawn shop, exactly. Selling for 60%. So we do have SSP. He's a little bit struggling on this wave. He does have the double Daphne Ranger, which should be quite strong here, but apart from that, he doesn't really have anything to protect himself on that wave. He's still looking insanely weak on 13, and Aviator just leaking as well. And those are huge leaks, even though they have a lot of king ups being bought before. And now we do have a lot of workers on Shay and XV. So, King, what do you think is going to be the possibility for Aviator and SSP to come back in this game? Especially since Xcod and Shay's role are just a lot better scaling.
I mean, right now I don't really see an opportunity. I feel like they are just too strong on pretty much all waves.
Oh, they're full pushed. They're full pushed for the 12th then.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
maybe
interesting.
that's the way back in if take and hold
Yeah.
12 and then go for a longer save.
That's actually true.
But I don't know how Aviator should hold.
Well, Aviator probably not, but SSP has a fair chance of holding, and then
Yeah,
they just
but
have to survive. And
What will he have next wave? He will have another boar.
I think he
and-
can afford a red eye, right? He can just
A
go
red eye?
red eye. If he sells 1 or 2 bones, he should get the red eye.
Yeah, but I feel like even if they hold now, they're still gonna be behind because the other team is just outscaling them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does it really good, right? They use their power spikes perfectly, especially Xcod having the Haven. It's just such a strong unit to have on wave 10 already, because then, as we can see, you can just hard push to make some impactful plays later on. And obviously Doppelganger Butcher is just probably one of the best combos in the mid game with Avenger Butcher maybe?
SSP, Xcod is sending a pack instead of an ogre. That's, I don't know. I think that's a little bit strange. I think he should go for 4 eyes, or at least for the ogre.
Maybe he thinks that SSP is not able to get out the red eyes in time, and that way he's just taking the extra attack damage.
Right, but he will get the Hermit now, I think. And then
Oh,
it's
yeah,
better
he
to
did.
go like this.
yeah, full aura is a great play for him. Because he's just gonna deny so much damage that the Redder usually would do. But it's backed with a lot of Daphnes, a lot of other pierce damage with the Aquas, but it still doesn't look like SSP is gonna do too great.
This game is over.
I don't think so. I think
Oh,
SSP is actually
okay.
doing alright. Maybe
Okay,
even close to move.
yeah, it's better than I thought.
And look at Aviator. I mean, Aviator is actually showing up here.
Mm-hmm.
That is a perfect lead for Aviator. It could almost be a pro lead.
Okay, yeah, that was a bad call from me.
And especially look at the investment on Aviator and SSP. They both want to scale in gold and not into stats. And this way they might just be able to push a little bit more right there. And what is it gonna be? 14? Oh, okay, never mind.
This seems strange.
Yeah, I do
They
not
had
really like
way
it.
lower workers the whole time, and now they give them a free hold on one line.
I mean, Aviator at least tries, right? But SSP going for the income send feels a little odd here. Is there any chance to now make it? Because yes, you will have XFeed, he's so low in value. He's hardcore undervalued, he does not really have the units for the wave besides the gate, which could be really strong, but SSP just going for the income, and after this play, you will just have Shay scaling with the gates and hero, even having some other buffs like APS and Butcher. Do
you like the Magician Buckler circle?
Yeah.
Bonny, maybe you can
the hero, you mean?
experiment.
The hero?
Oh, it's hero. It's hero.
Yeah, there's nothing to explain, it's just not making sense. Unless you want to really hold here and fear you're dying on this wave, but I think you should not really take this as the go-to scenario. So that's obviously a very interesting choice with a capital int.
It's fine, he can, in the very, very late game, just sell the bucklers.
Go for some Swedish pawn shops, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's alright, right? But what is this LOD play here? I really wonder about that. It does not really make sense to play an LOD if you have gates with hero.
Yeah.
Or do you disagree with this?
Yeah, I mean, he should not be too scared about 15, so I don't know why he's going for the LOD, because
Yes,
the
it's
gate is kind.
Steeds. I feel like gates are just better with steeds.
Yeah, it's just better in kinda every wave.
Yeah, and especially we had Share already having 3 Pegasus. He does have the gate as well. So even though he does have Nightmare Butcher, which usually is considered very weak on 15, with the other units he's showing, he's just going to be insanely strong on 15. But obviously Xcot, he pushed quite hard, right? Xcot and Shade, they are both undervalued, at least under a value that you usually would like to have in that wave. And this might actually kill them because they both pushed a bit too hard. Now we have Xcot leaking 2/3 of a wave, and this is so much gold lost. This is really an in-play.
Now they're even skipping.
Yeah, this is kind of risky, especially they do not really have a lot of king ups, right? They do have 1 damage and 1 AoE king up. Are they even in danger here? Because we have a shaman coming against Shay, and I mentioned it just a few seconds ago. He does have all the Pegasus, but the value is still not looking great. And Xcot now he needs this LOD. Are they gonna lose this?
Would be a pretty impressive lose.
I mean.
Yeah.
King mentioned it before, there are no real opportunities for Aviator and SSP unless there's going to be fail sense, and well, we had a fail decision on 12 it seemed, we had an overpush afterwards, and now I'm kind of unsure because this might actually be game. We do see Xot for sure not holding, we have Shay probably leaking the Shaman at least.
Mm-hmm.
This seems to be GG.
Yeah,
Yep.
gonna be close at least.
Yeah, the shame is gonna be leaked. You have a full boss down there, 4-eye. Oh, it's
And
gonna
then
be
they
very
should
close.
be alive if it's only one boss.
Yeah, but it's only one attack, right? It's emulation, one attack.
No.
And a 4-eye?
They are fine.
But I could have been a lot better off if X-God just went for Steeds on 14 instead of LTD.
Yeah, pretty sure. Okay, they actually live. It is very close, very close. But we have the income from Aviator and SSP. I think this is just a perfect call for them. Income and King. Try to somehow survive it here. Which is gonna be rough against... Yeah, against those sins. It's gonna be very rough.
Can you show the values?
Sure, I'm gonna show you the values. We have Aviator being minus 700, 650, and SSP being down 400, which actually seems good, right? SSP, he's having 4.5k value, which is insane. But
have you looked at his build?
Yeah, I mean, what should he do? Gonna buff the little bit of Swift armor right there. Then going for the Aquas for a little bit of damage, but I think he's just having too much damage and 2 less tanks. Did they finish the AoE? They did at least do that. Oh, Aviator. Look at Aviator. The Doomsday is actually working out quite well, already shutting down a bit of the wave. Ah, but it does not look like they're able to hold this. Nah. Probably with full king they would hold here, right? With this amount, they lose this game number 1, and they almost won because of mistakes made by X-God and Shay. But yeah, in the end it was just not enough on 15 to close out the game. Alright, we do have quite some passive spells with Titan and Protector, while Embargo could be both either passive or an offensive spell. I think usually it's played offensively, but we will see how the game's developing right there.
I can already tell that Aviator is in love with his role because he has reds, and he also has, for example, Ocean Templar with gates.
Oh, the eggs missing.
Yeah, the eggs are missing, but yeah, I think he can have a very nice game with that role. Also the Graal into maybe LOD or something like that.
I have to say that I think King is a bit in the love with SSP roles, right? He does have Sea Dragon, Varg, Infiltrator, quite a nice early game combo, even though Shroom would be a bit better.
And X-God is going egg.
Trying to say X-God doing egg opener without an arcane tank for 7 and 8.
Well, it could work out with Daphne, right? But he will have to overbuild a bit. But the problem with this go is that as SSP's just not reading the non-arcane and is income sending a bit too much against this exec, he can just clear by value or because of the value he has. While if SSP is going for an income send on 4, for example, and then just saving till 7 or 8, you can actually deal some insane damage on X-God.
Aviator is going for the bunk opener with a red. It's a really, really beautiful way of getting the bunk out. You just stay 3 workers, but you have your pack red to get the extra mythium, and it's fitting the gold much better. Don't have to stay 4 workers.
And what are you gonna do to protect yourself on 16? Are you going for more reds, or are you actually gonna try to get a gate or something like this? What do you think is Aviator gonna try there?
Probably a violet might be enough, but there's always the option to just place the second Graal on wave 5 and sell it, and then he could go for a gate.
No. I kinda wonder what X-God, he does now already show that he's having protons, even though he received a set on 1.
Yeah, that's really strange.
I don't know why he did this, because he could, for example, push faster as he's receiving another snail here, or just hide whatever unit he has to maybe not make sure that he tries to hold. So I think him building here is a bit off, but since very fast range waves happened, he's just gonna easy hold this and clear. We have it now. SSP, as you can see, he realized there's this gate. He won't receive a lot of sense that way. He's pushing to 6 workers, which is hardcore aggressive because he does have this huge weak wave on 4. And yeah, he's not gonna be a lot of value for it.
Totally the right call though to go 6 workers here, in my opinion.
I definitely agree in that part. And King, what do you think? You do play, or at least I saw you play a lot of Sea Dragon at the beginning of the patch when it came out. Do you think Sea Dragon and Yasora is a combo that is good enough for wave 5 to not leak all the wave there, which Yasoras tend to do?
Yeah, I think it's good enough as long as your value is decent, because the healing is still pretty strong.
Okay.
Like the damage reduction from the Yasora pretty much nullifies its bad armor type.
Even after the changes where you just did change the healing, now it's healing more often, but it only heals half of the amount.
Well, it's a little bit weaker now, but I think it's still fine.
Okay.
I mean, you at least have the magic damage from the dragons to deal good damage.
Yeah. I mean, before that, you often had the event happening that the Sea Dragon just didn't get out the heal. And now this is obviously reduced a bit. And SSP, he's leaking quite a bit here. I think we talked about this.
Yeah, but very unnecessary. First of all, the DT that X-Feed sent against SSP, it was after income. But SSP went for a Sea Dragon here on wave 4, which means
really
it's
bad.
just buffing units that have bad defense types on the wave. Whereas he could have just gone for a Vork or an Infiltrator and add a PV or whatever, boosted veteran, whatever, anything is doing better than Sea Dragon, I suppose.
Yeah, I think with the Vark he's looking a lot better on this wave than he would with the Sea Dragon. I 100% agree that this was kind of an too risky call to go for. I think he thought he's not gonna get a lot, maybe only 20, preparing for wave 5 to just push harder, but in the end it just backfired for him and he kind of lost a bit of the advantage he had before.
Okay, Aviator playing it relatively safe here, only treasure hunting 1 red here, and he did decide to have the Windhawk and not the Graal, so he's not gonna have the Wildlet, but he also won't need it because they are not gonna send for a leak into a Windhawk and reds on wave 6.
They actually don't send at all, so they don't even go income, but they actually do not send at all, which is on one hand a bit hard for Aviator because he does stay low on workers to get those treasure hunts out. But on the other side, he is gonna have a lot of value on the next wave to just protect himself. So I'm kinda unsure whether it's gonna hit him as hard as we might expect, or as Shane Xcot might expect. I love those long saves. You mentioned it before, King. There's no arcane defense on X-Feed, and he's gonna receive 140. It's gonna be maybe even 160. No, it's gonna be 140, which is big enough to probably shut him down quite a lot, especially the Drake. What do you think about this Drake send?
Well, if he's expecting that Xcot has no arcane tech, it's very good.
Yeah.
And Xcot probably also can't even build one because he has 0 damage here, so he has to go for some damage like a Daphne. So he doesn't even need to be scared of like a Badger.
Yeah, it's so great, right? You just get full income, you send the right stuff to go for, but Aviator is not sending full, so he's really He did want to go for the income only, but actually he's probably going for a bigger league on XV just because he doesn't have anything to protect him, even though he's on 805 value.
Ay.
That's a lot, and even even Shea. Oh shit!
I'm not sure what Shay built, but
I don't know either. I mean,
he went for maidens. He went for maidens
yeah.
and steed.
We can see it, but the problem is, why did he do that? Because we will have a very interesting wave 9 coming as well. We have X-God, a lot of people overestimating the power of the gate on wave 9, of the egg on wave 9, and we have Shay not really looking great 9 either. So I think this could be a lot of damage. Even 10 is not looking too awful against Shay. Maybe X-God, if he's just receiving a cent big enough, might barely clear.
This is on value gaming everywhere. Jesus.
I mean, you're the master of on value gaming, right? So you should be happy about it.
Oh yeah, well, Shea just he looks pretty doomed on wave 9.
Yeah.
So what I would have liked to see is he shifted. He's shifting on 100 gold. Why?
I think he's
just push it, punish him on 9.
I mean, at least he was lucky to get
hold
this
your
right?
wave or anything, but he's shifting 100 gold and leaks and doesn't do anything with the gold. I don't understand it.
Yeah, overall it's kind of SSP. Hello.
Oh my god.
I don't have a cam right now, but you could probably see my expression on the face. Like SSP, he had this kickstart with the 6 workers because he was getting sent from an exec, but he was just too greedy on this wave 4, and since then he's just not able to find his way back with the right units. He just does have too many tanks, not enough damage, or just overall too low value, as we can see on this wave 8. And this looks rough for him. He seems to be quite out of the game by now.
Jay really rerolled into an Avenger, into his Butcher, Steed, Healer comp with Protector. Wow, that's a good reroll.
By the way, what do you think is the right side team planning here? Because X-God seems pretty strong on 10, and on 11 there's only defensive spells.
Well, but how defense are those spells, right? You have Protected, 700 HP and a little bit of heal. Fine, but the more value you have, the better is the heal. And then you have the Titan with 1,350 HP, I think it is. So there's better defensive spells in the game. I think you still have the option on 11 to make this big dent. Or maybe even 12, right? We have... Oh, okay, never mind.
Or just 10.
Yeah. I mean... SSP send? Fine. I could think of better things, just maybe damage, because he does not really have damage anyway, so you do not have to reduce it with Mole Hermit. But I'm a bit unsure about Aviator, why he's not spamming more stuff. Do you think Pack Leader Imp is better than just spamming tanks to, yeah, get rid of the Daphne stacks?
Yeah, I feel like a bit of tanks and imps might have been better. But maybe he will add some snares and the pack will tank anyways now. But if nothing tanks, he will just shred the boss down.
What the hell? He's so greedy. This is such... Why? He could play such a good APS here.
Yeah, he could have placed his gate differently last round, and then he could have had the APS. So
I mean, he just placed...
the gate.
And he didn't even... He was so greedy, he didn't even place the Wanderer next to the APS, right? So I think this is such a greedy play, he should get punished for it.
And He's actually focusing down all the stuff, so he's not critting the boss.
This is perfect for Aviator, who was sending a lot of non-tanks, but this is gonna be quite a big league. Half the boss going through for him, and at the same time we have just Shay clearing so good, even though he doesn't have damage, because there's a Mole Hermit coming into his lane, which is not really what you want to send him. Like a Mimic, for example, I think would have hit him a lot harder.
He didn't show the Avenger before, so he's not knowing that he's sending into an Avenger with Butcher buff. We have to mention that also Aviator and SSP leaked here to the income sense, so it was not such a perfect play for them in total.
No, it wasn't perfect, but at least they're getting their opponents now below 50%, and it's a lot more likely to now finish the game with a medium-sized league than it would have been before that. So I think they now have a lot more opportunities, maybe go for an Embargo 13 play, maybe 13 doesn't look too great, obviously, just as an idea, maybe 15? Embargo 15, is that something they could go for? I mean, it's risky, especially with SSP's income, but...
There's always the possibility X-God just places another egg.
Aviator, he rolled it.
He rolled into his egg. Oh my god, now his roll is super disgusting.
But okay, give me your opinion about the protector on the gate. Because I'm not a fan of it.
I don't like it.
Because it just wastes the 700 HP.
No, it's getting the extra casts out.
Yeah, but you get the extra cast on any unit.
You just need literally 1 second of healing and you already get an extra cast.
Exactly. So you just get rid of 700 HP that you could use wisely, so just put it on the bank or anywhere and you're gonna get the extra cast anyway, as King explained. Because the gate is taking percentual damage, the gate is taking 20% for each summon of the max HP. So you are guaranteed 5 creeps if the gate lives long enough, and with any bit of healing it's gonna be 6 or more creeps.
I think in this case he just had no other unit to place it on. You don't want it on your front line, so I would never put it on the bunk or the egg in that case. And he's like his whole entire role consists of tanks now. He has nothing but tanks and gates, so he's gonna make sure that he has enough tankiness, and he will also have the Ocean Templar. So I think it was the correct choice here.
I mean, they just received a send on 10, right? So you do not have to place it right on 11. You could still keep it in order to maybe put it on an Ocean Templar or any other unit. So I think he should have just be patient a bit more, waited, and if he then has enough tanks to just make sure he's gonna have almost an infinite summoning, he can still put it on a gate, but I think at this moment where he placed it, it was not necessary at all to place it on a gate.
I mean, look at this. He had to place it here for wave 12. If they go for a league, it's probably the better choice. He got the extra cast.
Considering he has the Ocean Templar as well, he doesn't even need the extra region later on. I feel like just put it on a bunk is fine. The way his bunk is placed, it's not gonna die early anyways.
I think I personally would have placed it on a bunk, to be honest. I think it just makes
sense. X-God, by the way, even though X-God has like an APS to put it on.
Yeah. Or
like
even Daphne, right? He could have placed it on any range unit, yeah.
Yeah.
So now we have resends from X-Feed, which is X-God. So the possibility to go straight 15 is getting more likely, right? Or is there any better wave to go for?
Maybe straight 19?
Yeah,
you think so?
Probably the call.
Well, Aviator went for his next egg here. Let's see. No, SSP has too much with him, they can't save that long.
I have to say this egg is kind of risky if they don't want to send on 14. Because we have SSP not looking too great 14, we have Aviator, well, yeah, not looking too great.
Well, after this income send, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a pretty long save.
Oh, I feel like they can just finish it on 15. Right? 50% HP.
X-God is too strong there, I think.
No, he sucks. He has only natural units. The Ocean
But
Templar.
he has Ocean Templar.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it doesn't
still
matter on
not
natural
great.
units.
Yeah.
He's still gonna take over 100% damage. Oh, okay, probably now not going for 15 with showing the LOD. So maybe what about a 16? You have Share not being the greatest on 16. He's lacking a bit of damage, even though he does have a few masks. Because you probably don't want to go 17, right? If you already see the red eyes. Gates were quite strong in 17 as well. So it's actually like either 15, 16 or 18 you would like to go for. And since we already see the LOD, it might not be 15.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He's leaking the egg.
Uh-oh.
Sad.
Shut down.
It's the missing 700 HP on the bunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, they would have done a part. I mean, this is fine, right? Maybe they bait X-God and Shay to just income send once more, which they do. And now the straight 19 is gonna be more and more likely, as Widderson mentioned.
19 angle.
Okay, guys. Since we have delay, it's not possible, but your bets in the chat, is this gonna be the 19 angle? Or is it gonna be another wave? Go for your predictions now. When is the AV-18 SSB send gonna happen? Put them down in the chat.
I think 19 is actually probably not possible unless they keep incoming kinging every single wave. Because SSB is just sitting on 145 income. He's already 500 undervalue here on 15 right now.
I mean, from this point now, they get income again. I would usually say 18, but X-Feed's role just seems like the perfect anti-18 chaos role. Having Daphne's, Hades, Gate, Halo, APS is really the perfect chaos role to go to be fine on 18, but the sends are gonna come now. Oh, another income row. They really fear this death. X-God going for the heal here. Pretty confident.
Is he really preferring the MPS over the big gate?
Yeah, that's really strange.
Seems like it. It doesn't make too much sense. I agree. I mean, maybe he thinks the Hades is just gonna be his main carry, because we can see that there's another APS on the Hades as well, so he probably relies more on the Hades than on the gates, which I probably would not do. But the sends are just insane. Look at the 716.
I mean, X-God doesn't have that much tanks. He has the full egg, but that's it.
Yeah, just look how he's getting run over, right? He does play a lot of combos at the same time. He does play for the Hades, but that needs a lot of tanks. He does play gates that usually need some more tanks. And this way he's just not able to hold you, and Shay leaking huge as well. And there's so many backline units as well with the double 4-eye, double witch, and pack leaders, so they should just die here, and the series should close to a tied 1-1 and should go to game 3, right?
Yes. Nice. Straight 10 into 15. I think Shea and X-Feed really have to be careful about unnecessary or too early sends. They both games through with send, or first game was an almost throw with a 12 send, and this game it was definitely a throw to just income on 12 there.
And he even has the Harpy roll. That's actually pretty insane.
The Harpy angle.
Yeah.
But I like Shay's role. Flying Force with Steeds and Disciple.
Oh yeah.
Bucklers, Gargoyles, that's pretty good. And
Probably
we have
for the Disciple in my opinion.
Yeah, there's probably no need for it, agreed. But X-Feed's role looking really nice as well. He could either play for the Vark, or he could play for the Archers with APS. gates, there's a lot of opportunities for him, or options for him.
You mean X, right?
What
Because
do you
you
mean?
said something about gates.
Oh yeah, X, obviously. Sorry.
Okay.
And SSP.
And gun on SSP.
Oh, that's
okay.
pretty nice. But what is Aviator's hardcore push roll? Is it gonna be the Seria, which is not having the best follow-up units, or is he maybe going for the one of the best Bonny tricks, which is gonna be the Mudman into a hard push on 3 with an atom? We will find out. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no.
Didn't he have Tempest in his Harpy roll?
He had. Oh no.
Yeah, I tell you, he's playing Harpies.
Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Congratulations, Xgod and Shay, for advancing game number 3. It was close, I guess.
Oh my god, Cartel into Harpy.
I liked Cartel pick, but I don't like this roll at all. But hey, Aviator gotta know, right?
I feel like this might be the first game where we can see like 30 workers on wave 10.
You're such a pro. You might be able to see 3 workers on 10. I don't know. It's gonna be rough for Aviator. And look at this, they're not sending there's gonna be
Hello.
80 rolls or 80 cents on
Hi Adam.
on 3. Shit, is it gonna be the 3 cent? What do you think? Or is it even gonna be later?
I feel like we have to send now.
Yeah.
Because then it didn't come.
I would agree. Maybe they try to pretend they're playing Fiesta.
Aviator will build his second Mudman on wave 3.
hard both of them.
Oh no.
Wait, but how is he gonna place the Antler in front of it? Probably, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, he can't fit his Berserker in the Antler aura then.
Well, he can still, but then it's more of a tanking Berserker. Shouldn't be too great.
Yeah, I mean, he only wants it for wave 13, and I don't think he wants to tank before the Mudman's
Yeah,
there.
probably not. Or he has to place it without an Antler, as you mentioned. But I think there shouldn't be leaks on either SSP and Aviator. So, yeah, they're just gonna hold. They're gonna push the workers they were missing before. And I do not know if the skip on Shay and Xgod actually was worth it. But we obviously have to mention as well, SSP and Aviator, they were staying on lower workers. So maybe this is just balancing out the 2 plays.
But I think for Xgod it was definitely not worth it because he had to build 3 Chain Fists on wave 2 instead of just being able to build a Steed.
Yeah.
So he has like this 80 useless value in the split now.
I agree. And I love the play from Aviator, by the way. He's shifting some gold to get the Sky Queen next wave, right? He's just hardening the other golem, and then he's still going to be fine enough in wave 5 with the units he has. So I think he's just using the hardens in a quite nice way to always be, fine in value, hold, and place the units that he wants to place, not like Xgod, who had to build units he did not really like to have.
Share using 20 gold here on a veteran boost. Not optimal.
Nah. But he has 7 workers at least, right? He's getting away with those. For now.
Not really.
What?
He even has 20 gold less now to hold wave 5.
Yeah, that's true. So, is Shay maybe going for the double buckler into boost once more?
Yes,
Or
go Windhawk and the Buckler.
Windhawk buckler as well is an option. Wait, did he already mess up his positioning for Flying Force?
He's not playing Flying Force.
SSP, please don't build a Crusher here when you have Graal.
Oh
Please
no.
just build the Graal.
Oh no, what are those plays? I mean, the Crush is protecting you on 5, right? But I think 5 is not the problematic wave you have. And Shay actually going for the Steed here instead of the Windhawk. So very risky play from him. He just lost 20 gold due to a boost. Now he's playing with a Steed that is not optimal for 5 and 6. Even 7 is not great unless you have something to buff it. So yeah, I mean, that's quite a big league to prove it.
Yeah, I feel like he had to stay 6 workers and just build another unit instead of the boost on wave 4.
Yeah, he could have even just, instead of, or just not push the 7th worker, boost, and then go for Violet, for example.
Yeah.
Could have worked out as well. Oh, and now the Sens are coming out. I think they had a quite nice angle to go, for example, 7. But right now, Aviator has a chance to go for a Berserker. We have SSP, he's still having some options like Sora, Green Devil, Gargoyle. I think overall we see SSP and Aviator, yeah, being in a fine track.
I gotta give props to Aviator to not harden last wave.
Oh no.
He realized, but SSP he could just have an Orchid here. They don't expect us in here though.
Yeah, they don't. Oh, but there's a double harden. Okay.
Aviator does.
Aviator
nice.
Going in between getting a Send here with the double harden and building for next wave with the Send Batcher instead of the Berserker. So I think he's making an interesting choice between both of those. I think an alternative choice would have been go for the Berserker now and go for the double harden next. Or what do you think?
I think going Berserker here would have definitely been better. Because he can still just build the Batcher for next.
But he's holding. He's doing really good.
He's holding, and in that case it's much better because the Batcher helps him on 7 and 8, so he can push here without worrying.
Oh, and look at this Shay. He's so dead. He's just out of this game already because he overpushed on this crucial wave and then afterwards not placing the unit he needed to protect. So, Aviator, he is playing Cartel. When is he full pushing? Because this is his goal to win, right? He needs this worker advantage on wave 10 to make use of this Mastermind option he picked. So I think he's in this spot where you do have to show a little bit of cojones to just make the right plays to get this lead and to then snowball and win the late game because you rely on early and mid game with the Harpies.
He didn't hit the reroll button yet, did he?
I didn't see any.
So there's still a chance that his roll might improve for the later stages of the game.
Yeah. He does still have a quite nice tank line, right? He just needs some sort of damage to back him up. A Halo might be quite fine for him already, or maybe even Archers could be cool. And support the weak waves he does have.
I mean, the Berserker is very good for the weak waves, especially wave 13 and then later on 18 and 20.
16 a bit as well. A little.
Snails, a lot of snails everywhere.
There's no snail skin yet. Oh, there is, never mind.
There's the undersea snail.
There is it. They just want to flex with a snail.
And another crusher coming in.
Nice.
Maybe sell a gargoyle. Okay, not mine. But there should be easy holds, right, for SSP and Aviator, and especially Aviator, who didn't look too great on wave 9, is now in a position to push a bit because his wave 10 is insane.
If he holds here, he's in a pretty good spot, yeah.
Okay. No split tanking on his Sky Queens, but he should still be in a decent position to either hold or only League 1 creep. Yeah, okay, it's 2. I lied. I'm sorry.
But this is fine.
Yeah. He's not pushing too much though. Only push 1 worker, saving the rest of his gold.
Ooh, the 11 angle.
Do you think they're gonna go straight 11 now with the all out of assault?
Yeah, I think that's also the reason why Aviator went for the cartel. He looked at the spells and he saw it's just offensive, not real proper defensive spells, and that might be the reason for his cartel play.
So some of the viewers might now wonder, why is Divine Blessing not a real defensive spell? Can you explain this?
Well, to be honest, it can be seen as a defensive spell. It's not a horrible spell to defend yourself, but you need the proper unit for it, and both of them don't really have a proper unit to use the blessing in a right way.
Yeah, and well, in most of the cases, it's more of a one wave defensive unit, because as you get a huge send, you're usually gonna lose the Divine Blessing, because you will rely on the extra HP of that unit. So it's a very good spell to just hold this all in send, but often you lose a lot of value because of it.
Yeah, but if you are gonna hold a all-out assault send because of the Divine Blessing, or if you're gonna survive it because of
Obviously.
it, it's a totally fair trade.
Yeah, because your opponents lose income, you get a lot of gold based on the wave hold, the mercenaries you kill.
Oh boy, Shay is already 300 under value.
And he's boosting.
At X feed as well. That's gonna be tough.
But
on
look
11.
at this, they're now boosting, right? But they're not going for those king ups, which I am wondering about, because isn't it just better to go for king ups now and then income next wave again to just get more income and still have the king upgraded?
Yes, they are going for the race then in this case.
But are they even in a spot to raise it? Because they should be aware that their opponents have like double the missim.
Yeah, but they're too committed now. Because if they don't win the race, they have to spend like 160 with your Meech and King, and they just can't afford to do that.
Well, they both had it.
Yeah, but now they can put nothing in King and they just die.
Yeah.
They should have just done King last wave then.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Do full king last wave and then just income send here and do the last 20 or 40 in the king.
Let's see if we will at least see a Divine Blessing Buckler here. That might be his best chance.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's not gonna go for it.
I think they're still discussing whether they want to go offensive or not. Oh,
They already are doing king ups. All out assault.
All
king
out
ups.
King ups.
they should have done it last wave. Just go king ups last wave, you can income
In
send.
this case, they should just go Divine Blessing, to be honest.
Yeah. Because now they lose income. They get the king ups, yeah, but they do not get this additional gold you would get from a Divine Blessing. And Shay, 1,600 value only, and he's 420 under, receiving a 460 cent. While we have huge leaks on Xgod and Shay, while we have SSP holding. We have Aviator. The Sky Queen angles just too great holding, and this is gonna be close.
That's game.
It should be game, right? Should.
Yeah. Or is it?
It doesn't seem like it is.
Or is it?
It isn't.
New king. New king.
New king too strong.
Now this is
Problem
gonna be
now is
interesting.
that Aviator has no more requests of the Harpies now.
We do have Aviator, as you mentioned it. He does play the Harpies. He does have very little weak waves. There is 13 for now, especially with the Pirate Scales. Are they wanting to bait them on 13 and then they go later? Or they just know that there's not gonna be enough of a send on wave 13 to go a little bit later?
Right now it's still looking fairly close, but if we are comparing the incomes, then Xfeed and Shea are every wave getting 100 gold more than the opponent team because Aviator has his cartel and he's having less income due to that.
But we have this insane worker lead as well on SSP and Aviator. So it's going to be either a matter of who's going to break their opponent faster, which is going to be the chance for SSP and Aviator, or Xfeed and Shay. They have the chance to outscale a bit because they have this income lead, as you mentioned. So it's gotta be 14, right?
Oh, this is tough. I don't think they want to send into the archers on 14.
Yeah, but Shay is dead, right? So I agree. You would kind of like to not send into the archers, but Shay just doesn't have tanks. He seems quite dead. He does have a lot of natural armor and a little bit of magic only. Okay, never mind. Didn't they say anything?
Yeah, I think saving is better because they are 1 HP. The other team is still full HP, so they can just save for as long as they want.
No, I was thinking that SSP and Aviator are gonna send.
Yeah, like they can just save forever.
Yeah.
As long as their own value is fine, they can just keep saving.
Yeah. And we see it. We have SSP. He's a bit under, but he does have quite nice units for the wave, especially now getting the Ocean Templar down. We have Aviator. He did show the Iron Scales already. Does now have the Sand Badger with the Whiteman buff, and the OP unit, the Sky Queens.
He got rid of the Berserker in his reroll and went for another tank. So this game better end soon.
At least not on 18. It shouldn't end on 18. But we have SSP with Orchids at least. So there's this protection. Yeah. 15 it is for SSP and Aviator. I'm pretty sure Xgod and Shay, they will have to match this. Just go. Income.
What?
They are pretty confident to survive this and scale, it seems.
Wow.
Oh yeah, heals.
I mean, going income is like the best way for them to survive.
Yeah.
Which is like the goal because they're never gonna win a race here, but
That's true.
I feel like they're still dead.
Pretty much agree on that part. I mean,
Also I don't know, I feel like they should have still went for a league because if this goes into a long game, getting a league would be huge.
That's true. There's still no shutdown though, for them to grasp. So they will just have to rely on the Starcaller Steed, it seems, for the late game to carry them. While Aviator is having a role that is gonna fall off a bit every wave from now on. Yeah, but we have it. Shay, is this a boss and how many leagues?
Oh my god.
Xgod? Oh.
Do we have any 15 holders in the chat?
Do we? Xgod, it seems like a hold, right?
Oh my god.
Oh. But is it? Oh, and there's the leaks. Oh no! Leaks on SP and Aviator.
Oh
Well,
no.
I guess Income King was the best choice in this case.
Yeah.
Because
But
it made them survive.
Let's be honest, I do not really like the ram on Xgod and Shay. I think Shaman is just such a better choice, especially against Shay. Shay should receive the Shaman and some small stuff to get bursted. Then you're having an easy clutch. Now Xgod is on shutdown. He's leading, and they're not pushing a single worker over build and starve. No, they're pushing 2 workers for
Everyone's super
twice
afraid now to
paid.
push workers.
Yeah, we have the same
What
worker
are we gonna
situation.
see? Is it gonna be a
It's
18
just
race?
18, yeah.
Well, but Shay at least has his best wave on 18, while SSP, he does have the Orchids. He does have Achaeus, Misoras. Okay. Seems like Shay does not really want to play for tanks. He doesn't have any.
Are we gonna
as
see
well.
a suicide?
On whom? On Aviator?
And
By-
they should have already started pushing now if anybody wants to suicide.
I guess
Things as well.
everybody has to watch it first, because if it's a suicide for 18, it's pretty risky to already start pushing on 16.
I mean, look at this. We have SSP, he's low on value. We have Shay, low on value. And they're both the ones that look the best on 18 in their team. Right?
Oh my god.
But the problem is that Shay doesn't have tanks, so his Darkcaller won't have enough time to just shut down the units with this OP combo. And SSP, he does have a lot of units for the wave, especially if he's going for more Orchids here, which I would assume is going to happen, because Aviator probably tries to cover 17 and then SSP is just going Orchids, right?
Oh my god, everybody holding his nerves, everybody saving here.
Yeah, look at this. Aviator full building for 17, so you have SSP hopefully just going full Orchids to play for next. Oh, SSP, hello? Oh no, where's the Orchids? What? Oh, they think the Sen is gonna come now. Oh no. Well, this is gonna put SSP and Aviator, this is fine, in a huge disadvantage on the next wave. Do you think there's any way to have them still win this, especially with Aviator full D-hard and we have SSP building?
Well, Aviator pushes now. Aviator pushes now for the 18 race. No,
but
they are
Shay
not gonna hold.
holds. Yeah. Because SSP and Aviator are both not gonna hold. Maybe they just die here.
No. Aviator's holding.
Aviator holds. But SSP even missing out the gold when he's already so far under.
Yeah, but SSP, he even built for 17 with a little bit with the King Claw. And yeah, he's so far under, he won't really be able to hold.
And he's sending a
pack?
pack.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
Oh no.
Pack and then 281 with you.
Imps, okay. I do not really like the scent.
Me neither.
I mean, is there
I like
any
it.
option? You like it? Over Shaman?
Yeah.
Just Shaman and spam?
Yeah, he needs to spam, and it's the call of Aviator, but Shay is still gonna hold the best for sure.
But I feel like a Shaman is still just
Well,
necessary because it's gonna be a race.
and Shay doesn't have any tanks, so he's just gonna rush through his bit of front line with a Shaman.
I feel like if you're sending a Shaman here, you lack the value to actually leak this lane.
I mean, what's the pack doing? There's
The
nothing.
pack and the imps are, especially the imps, are taking a lot of the Starcaller shots of the violet spells and stuff.
Well, let's
Nothing a
see.
Shaman just does, it's not enough value.
I'm gonna have SSP and Shay, the two of each game that are looking the best on wave 18, and let's have a look how they're performing. We have SSP, he looks like he's leaking, and there's gonna be 3+ Shaman on him leaking, while we have Shay actually doing really, really good. He's only leaking 1.5, maybe only 1, and this is gonna be GG for X-God and Shay. And they're
Wow.
gonna take the series, while Aviator and SSP, they were leading so hard.
That's insane. Aviator and SSP actually out of the group stages while they won the last Nova Cup.